What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Southall, back again with another video, and today I'm here with my NXT TakeOver Philadelphia review. And once again, NXT puts on a great show as well. It started off very slow, but it eventually built itself up to having two of quite possibly the greatest matches in NXT history. So, which you can't really complain about that. So, let's not muck around. Let's get straight into the show. And the first match was the NXT Tag Team Championship match between the Authors of Pain and the champions, Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. And it felt like this match never really got out of first gear. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't a great match or anything. It was fine. It was a fine match. Like right at the start, AOP went after O'Reilly and Fish and tried to beat them the entire match. And Bobby Fish pretty much worked on Akam's knee throughout the majority of this. And both guys grab onto Razor, the other member of Authors of Pain, like one in a position of the fall-away slam and the other guy on his back. And they both fly off of him. And Bobby Fish hit this exploder suplex on Razor, which was just crazy considering how big the Authors of Pain are, like size-wise. O'Reilly locked in a knee bar, but only to have gotten broken by a member of the Authors of Pain. I think he got the other member of the Undisputed Era and chucked him onto him to break it up. And they go to hit the Super Collider, but Kyle O'Reilly holds on to Akam and like Hunnican runners him, or like flying head scissors or whatever the fuck, onto and just rams them into Razor. Goes for like a roll up and retains their titles, which I was very surprised about. I think I predicted I think I did predict the Undisputed Era to win, but some shady tactics. So this wasn't exactly a shady tactic as for the roll-up, but they tried something crafty to get the win, which is fine by me because it keeps the belts on them. They look fine. Authors of Pain don't look too much like idiots, I guess. You know, it's not like they beat them clean or anything like that. So, fine match, I guess, but yeah, it does get better throughout the show. Next match was the Velveteen Dream versus Kassius Ohno, and back on the pre-show, Velveteen Dream says, you know, I guarantee you guys in 30 seconds or less, I'm going to knock out Kassius Ohno. And he went to grab a mouth guard that some jacked up dude was holding on like a fluffy pillow. And some lady helped him put in the mouth guard for him, which was cool. And just the way his entrance was, he was wearing like boxing shorts and all, with Kassius Ohno's face sprayed on. And so the match gets going, and then literally 30 seconds in, he knocks out Kassius Ohno, and he's so happy. He's running around the ring, jumping and smiling and all that, and everyone's saying, "Get the pin, you idiot!" And but it wasn't enough time for him to pin because Kassius Ohno got up and pretty much returned this favor right away. He had a great spine buster on him, and I think Kassius Ohno hit like some weird modified suplex thing. It was really weird but cool as well. A back pocket DDT, I think it's called, by Velveteen Dream hit that, and how it all ended, he hit a rolling Death Valley driver and an elbow rainmaker to get the win. Velveteen Dream, man, he has got so much potential, it's not even funny. He's just got charisma all over the place when it comes to his entrance and just the way he carries his character and all that. Like, it's so awesome to see someone who truly relishes in what his character is. You know, he's this Prince-inspired, you know, type guy who just wants people to say his name. Like, this guy is just, he's going to explode in popularity in 2018. I reckon 2018 is going to be his year. It's going to be a big year for the Velveteen Dream. And then after that, we had a NXT Women's Championship match, Ember defending against Shayna Baszler. And I thought the match was fine. However, there was a good point that someone made. If you guys don't watch Pulse on YouTube, he referenced how he didn't like the match because Baszler locked in this armbar and just like left it on her for minutes, but Ember Moon somehow was able to roll her up and get the victory. I can see why he would be upset by that, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, there was one bit where Ember Moon jumped off the top rope to hit the Eclipse move, and she was selling the hurt arm, because it just gave too much pressure on a bad arm and all that. Which I will say, I'm happy that Ember did sell that, but I can definitely see where someone like Pulse is coming from when it comes to, you know, this legit shoot fighter locks in an armbar on Ember Moon, her bad arm as well, and she leaves it in for minutes, but doesn't fucking tap out like instantly. I can definitely see where that logic comes from, but at the end of the day, it's fucking wrestling. Like, logic doesn't really exist much, but I'm not saying it's a wrong complaint, but then again, it's the world of wrestling, you know. She would be on a even playing field with the other competitors, I guess, but that would have to be a debate for some other time. But Ember Moon got the victory, retained her NXT Women's title, but Shayna Baszler, right after the match, just attacked her from behind, beat the shit out of her, just locked in a chokehold, and would just refuse to let go. She is just she's pretty evil, in a way, you know, ever since like breaking Dakota Kai's arm and just going after the entire NXT Women's division. I feel like if they do a rematch, she's gonna have to win the title. I don't see it kind of going any other way but that, because like you have this legit shoot fighter that's coming into NXT, taking out all these women and all that. So for Ember Moon to get the win, I feel like that was kind of the only option they really had if they wanted to keep the belt on Ember Moon. But Shayna Baszler, at least she like attacked her from behind and showed that she is still vicious and she will still do whatever it takes to get that NXT Women's title. But like what Mauro Ranallo was saying on commentary, like, how the hell is she gonna go through with all this and not get fined at some point? Because a few weeks ago on NXT, William Regal actually mentioned that as well. Like, if you think you're gonna go through NXT and get title opportunities by breaking people's arms and hurting people and all that, well, you've got another thing coming. So I'm guessing in the next couple of NXTs, William Regal is gonna mention the Shayna Baszler incident, and will probably do something about it. Either give her another shot at it, because it's like, well, William Regal used to do that shit all the time. He used to hit people with brass knuckles and all that. So for him to kind of say to him, oh, you can't do that, is a bit hypocritical on William Regal's part, considering Shayna Baszler takes a lot of elements from William Regal when it comes to just being vicious inside the ring. But we'll have to wait and see how that story progresses. It's going to be very interesting. But moving on from that, we also had a lot of people show up in the crowd, like a lot of new signees. We had War Machine show up at one point, Ricochet, and even EC3, which was huge. Seeing EC3 back in WWE or NXT since he pretty much left TNA and all that. So I wonder if, because Bobby Lashley left TNA just recently, or Impact, or Global Force, or whatever the fuck that company's called recently. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe he'll show up at the Royal Rumble tomorrow. Who knows? But moving on to the Extreme Rules match between Aleister Black and Adam Cole. I was saying in my predictions video yesterday that this match was going to get violent, and boy, did it get violent. Like, right out of the start, Adam Cole grabs a chair, and I love the bit where Aleister, he does like his backflip thing. You know how he does like a backflip thing and then just sits in the ring because he's a badass? He takes the chair and basically just sits on it waiting for Adam Cole to get back into the ring and all that. And Adam Cole goes to grab like a kendo stick, and then Aleister Black grabs his kendo stick, but he throws it down, and just Adam Cole's like, ooh, you want to square up, cunt? And pretty much Aleister Black's mentality is like, I don't need any weapons. I am a weapon myself. And the best hit of the match, Aleister Black went for a springboard moonsault, and just Adam Cole whacked the kendo stick right in his abdomen when he was midair. It looked fantastic. And Cole gets slammed from the top onto a garbage can, and he goes to grab a ladder, and Cole drops onto the ladder, which looked really bad. Not as in it was shit, but like it just looked like it hurt a lot. Aleister Black was on the top rope. Adam Cole super kicks a chair into his face because he was holding on to a chair, and he falls through 2 tables on the outside. But the most brutal spot would have to be when Aleister Black, I think it was Aleister Black or Adam Cole. No, yeah, it was Aleister Black hit a Death Valley driver onto Adam Cole, but he lands on the edges of 2 steel chairs. That was just was like, did you have to go through with that? That looks like it sucked to do that spot. And then there was a knee into the chair by Aleister Black, but the rest of Undisputed Era came out to interfere. But Sanity made sure to even the odds. Even Killian Dane went for a tope suicida, which was pretty cool to see. How this ended, there was he hit these blackout knees, which was like, he jumps up and like both of his knees landed on him through the announce table. Adam Cole hits a super kick, and out of all ends, Adam Cole went to grab the steel chair to hit him with it, but Aleister Black just hits the black mass, absolutely knocks his lights out, pins Adam Cole, and wins the match. Absolute insanity. There was some brutal spots involving the ladder, Black going through both tables, especially that edge of the chair spot. That was just... I wanted this match to be violent, and it definitely did just that. It did its job perfectly. Aleister Black looks great going into this, going into whatever feud he's on to next. You'd have to think he'll be like next in line for the NXT Championship. You'd have to think. Either him, maybe not Velveteen Dream, maybe give him another feud to work on, but Aleister Black, man, he has just been a force to be reckoned with for the last year on NXT, and this definitely proves it to me. There's so much good talent as well. Adam Cole still looks great in this match as well. Both guys look great, but Aleister Black, man, this year, not just Velveteen Dream's year, but Aleister Black's year, man. I feel like at the next NXT TakeOver, which I think is the one before WrestleMania, he's going to pick up that title, I reckon. He's going to pick up the title, whether it be against Johnny Gargano or Andrade Cien Almas, which will move on to that match for the NXT title. Oh my fucking god. If you guys have not watched this match or watched this pay-per-view, you need to watch this match, okay? It might be like match of the year, and yeah, we're only in fucking January, like how Okada and Omega was last year for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Omega and Jericho has got a fucking run for its money, I will have to say, because this match was just fucking incredible. All the near falls that were in this match, oh my god. Like, it started off in first gear, but even then, first gear was like still really good as well. There was a great sequence like on the outside where like Johnny Gargano was like dodging everything Almas was going for, and he was running on the apron, and he was gonna do like a sunset flip on him, and he completely misses and just smacks onto the concrete. And then Almas hit a moonsault onto a standing moonsault, which that was a great spot. And Gargano went for like a cheeky Nando's kick, and there was an inverted float over DDT or some shit like that. Kick out, like seriously, the kick outs in this match were just out of this world. Like a springboard DDT on the apron that Almas hit, which looked fantastic. And he kicked out of the super kick that Gargano does when like the opponent is on his knees. There was a top rope stomp onto the apron. You know how the guy will be like hung up on the second rope, and Almas will like jump off and like land both of his feet onto his abdomen. That's what he did, but on the apron, which looked crazy. And then he got just so angry because it's like, how the fuck am I meant to put this guy away? Because Gargano would not give up. He showed so much heart in this match and just looked great as a babyface. And he was just ramming him into the LED board near the ring, and he hit his knees in the corner, which he hit some sick knees, by the way. And he kicked out. That's when I flipped out at that point. Then they went for like a slugfest. Gargano locked in like his submission hold, like it's kind of a Rings of Saturn kind of thing. That's type of thing. And he managed to get out of that. And Zelina Vega like distracted the ref. Almas raked the eyes and tried to capitalize on that, but it didn't work. And Zelina Vega at one point, when Gargano went for an outside dive, she ran up on the apron, hit a Honeycomb runner on Johnny Gargano, and he lands right into the steel steps. And I thought, oh shit, that has to be it. Andrade Almas hit his finisher, and he kicks out. I don't know how, but he did. I was just like, what? What is Gargano made out of? He was just, oh my god, this match was fucking incredible. And just to make things like even more crazy, bloody Candice LeRae, who also has recently signed with WWE, she was in the front row with all of Gargano's family watching the match. She jumps over the barricade and goes after Zelina Vega and chases her to the back. And Sunset DDT was hit, but he kicks out of that. And then the Gargano escape. I think that was the name of the submission hold. But Almas's foot was on the ropes. And I think the thing that ended the match. This was the thing that ended the match. So it was on the apron again. Gargano is pressed up against the LED post after Almas pushed him into it. He went for his running knees into the LED post that's supporting the ring, which just, as soon as he hit that, we knew it was over. The draping hammerlock DDT, I think that was the name of his finisher, and Almas retains. That's all I have to say. Round of applause to both of these men. Round of applause to Johnny Gargano for his fantastic selling and just the sympathy the crowd gave to him. I know he didn't win, and it sucked that he didn't, but on the other hand, like I said in my predictions video, I feel like Cien Almas could do so much more as NXT champion, and I'm happy that they've given him the ball and kind of letting him run for a bit. Maybe until he has a title match against Aleister Black or something, you know, along the lines of that. But this match was just incredible. Just the storytelling of, you know, Gargano going on this downward spiral and only to like come up again from the ashes ever since Ciampa pretty much betrayed him at TakeOver Chicago. He went on a downward spiral, but now he's finally gone up and reached a level of that he's never reached before, finally getting a shot at the NXT title only to not get it through no matter how much he kicked out. It just wasn't enough because Cien Almas was ready for Gargano. He knew he was going to bring his all, and he had to fire back at him. So I'm so happy how this match went down. If you guys haven't seen it, please watch it. It is worth the show alone. It's one of the best main event matches I've seen in a long time when it comes to NXT and the WWE in general. So after the match, Johnny Gargano gets a standing ovation from the crowd. His wife goes to help him out, Candice LeRae, and walks him out to the back, only to be attacked from behind by Tommaso Ciampa. Everyone was waiting during the match. All right, when's Ciampa gonna come out? When's he gonna show his fucking bald head? And he managed to. He got his crutch and just smashed it over his back, like, man, and just he was staring at him and showed no disregard for what he did. He has turned into an evil son of a bitch, and I feel like this is going to be the start of the feud we've all been waiting for since TakeOver Chicago last year. Gargano versus Ciampa. It has to happen, surely, for TakeOver New Orleans. I think it'll be New Orleans because that's where WrestleMania will be this year. So yeah, I am ready. I am ready for the next NXT TakeOver event. I think it's going to be fantastic, and that's why I'm going to wrap things up. I don't usually give match of the nights to NXT pay-per-views, or NXT specials, but you know what? It's an easy one. It's Gargano and Almas. Like fucking hell, that was just so great. But overall, this show was really damn good. It started off pretty slow and had a few weird booking decisions, but overall, it was a good show. Overall, it was a good show. And the two main events were just some of the best stuff I've seen in NXT in a while. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, and if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'd be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram's at JackmanLaw31 if you want to check me out there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the Royal Rumble review, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.